everyone. So glad you're here. We finally got the text straightened out, and I am really excited. I want you to know I see you. You are safe here. And for those of you who may not know me, imagine, if you will, first time mom on a tiny little island, tropical island in southern Japan, and having a baby in a military hospital. So that's one of those things I said I'd never do. I would never be in a military family. I would never partner with a musician. I did all of that. So we make plans and God laughs. Yes. Please let us know in the comments where you are chiming in from. If you threw a dart right at the middle of the states, I'm right in the middle, Oklahoma, and the weather is crazy all the time. Yeah, we joked that it forgot to take its meds. So I am so glad you're here. We have Seattle in the house. We have Oklahoma in the house. Great to see you. And Georgia in the house. And please let everyone know we're on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube tonight. And I am so excited that you are here. Now, I don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm going to get right to this. And I'm going to take you in the Wayback Machine. We are reading from my #1 bestseller, The Warrior Mom Journal. And you guys bear with me because I had so many tech troubles. I will be reading from the paper copy tonight. But this is not one of those things where you're going to, journal your feelings. This is for you to stretch you and to help you embrace that one thing that you've always said you were going to do, and then life started lifing. But we'll get into that. I'm going to take you in the Wayback Machine real quick. Hey guys, great to see you. This is how Warrior Mom started. We transferred from Japan back to Oklahoma, where all the grandparents are. And that's baby Zach. Now you'll see why that's important when I show you the next picture. I was sitting at that computer going, why are moms being so disrespected? And I think it was the Japanese culture. His first year of life, I got to be around this culture that celebrated moms and moms to be. And even, I know this sounds a little wonky to all of us in the States, but even the grandmothers help with the nursing schedule. And it's just like breathing. Nobody shames anyone for nursing in public. And I came back to the States, and all these women were being barred from restaurants, even though they were nursing and having a cover. And something rose up in me. This has been 17 plus years ago. So it's just nuts how different the cultures are. So fast forward, this is a few months ago. This is one of our out-of-state medical trips. You can see he has the big ear defenders, and we are out of state on our little, we call them adventures. And we love to be able to, in the last 15 plus years, we have walked straight through hell. Now we walk out of there like we own the place and take water back to those still in the fire. And that's really important to us. It doesn't matter if we have all this knowledge. Wisdom is knowledge applied. Hey guys, great to see you. We have Trinidad and Caribbean. If you guys have anyone trying to get onto Instagram, send them to Facebook or YouTube. Yeah, I'm getting my phone's blowing up. Instagram's just being bougie. So glad you're here. And we have, Oklahoma. Very good. You're such a blessing, Miss Amanda. And so many of you know, I just released 2 bestsellers in the last few months, and that's because of you. And we're talking a lot about that tonight. So thank you very much. Here's the best-selling author picture that you guys voted on. Now, hear my heart. I only bring this up because I was saying vote for the best-selling author picture 6 months before we release the book. Our words have power. Our words have power. Hear me, warriors. Our words have power. We live as if. I love what James Clear talks about in his, bazillion-dollar New York Times bestseller, Atomic Habits. We're 1% better every single day. We're habit stacking, and we're hitting those, first base hits and those second base hits, and then the home runs. Okay. And then this is the first book that hit the top 5. That's The Major and the Musician. And we have a chapter of mystery and then a lesson at the end. So we pulled those lessons out and put them in a journal. And this is what I'm reading from tonight, the Warrior Mom Journal. You neither need to feel like a warrior nor be a mom to take what we learn here and run with it. One of my favorite verses from the Old Testament. And I paraphrase, this is a little Bren spin. Write the vision, make it plain so a runner can read it on the run. If we do not write down what we are doing, it will not happen. What we track and gets measured happens. And I am a living example of that. So I really appreciate you guys being here tonight. And I love that, together we really are stronger. Now we're talking a little bit, and this is obviously specifically geared towards moms, but you do not need to be a mom nor a warrior to gather some real nuggets here. We learn new words by American Sign Language. My son is officially diagnosed. Autism spectrum disorder level 3, yet to be very verbal. And we're just so blessed to everyone in our circle that's helping us learn how to use a communication device. Oh, yeah. Lead with our actions and feelings will follow. Amen. Yes, yes, yes. And I love that. We step into our purpose and calling and we champion that. The feelings don't have to be there. And we're talking a little bit about that tonight. I am reading from the Warrior Mom Journal. And again, think of that one thing. Hear me, warriors. Think of that one thing you always said you were going to do. I was reading an interview with all these powerhouse women many years ago. And one of them was a stockbroker. And she goes, I always said I'd be a country singer. Well, now she has that little doubt in the back of her mind, and she is not stepping into that dream. And I understand that you may not know who I am. I know who you are because I've been you. Hear my heart, warriors. You're safe here, and I see you. Now we have a little bit of Japanese in the reading, and we also have a little bit of American Sign Language. So put on your thinking caps. Here we go. And we have lesson 1 from the Warrior Mom Journal, which hit number 1 a few months ago. And it says Mo-A. It's M-O-A-I. Mo-A. I see you. You are safe here. I see you, warrior. Life might feel like a freight train barreling down the Autobahn right now. One day you're sipping wine on the beach, honeymooning in bliss. Today, you find yourself juggling 97 different responsibilities at once. Add a special needs child to the mix. Well, much like a rock through a window, life shatters in an instant. Crash. Initially, shock sets in, leaving us numb. Then the anger at such an injustice consumes us. We might try to numb this overwhelming pain by any means necessary, just begging it to stop. But I see you. I'm here for you. I'm holding space for you. Just observe. When you encounter something you wish to change to make us feel more comfortable, resist that initial impulse to fix it. Pause. Ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me right here, right now? No need to respond. Just sit with it for a moment. And it's okay to sit with it. Our culture tells us, go, 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 fix, fix, fix. It's okay to just sit with it. Identify the emotion and just sit with it. Remember, feelings aren't facts. They are just feelings. Allow yourself to truly feel them again, but with intention. Awareness is our practice for the next 24 hours. Document each incident in the Warrior Mom Journal. You are capable of handling this, warrior. And always remember, I see you. Your story matters. I'm with you, Bren. So what I want you to know is you can have all these lessons and we're digging deep. And sometimes that's not a bulldozer. That's a fine little spade shovel that the archaeologists use. And we're talking through each of these words on this session tonight. And I love, hey guys, great to see you. Oh, thank you. If you're getting value, put value. And Tennille from Georgia, good to see you. She says, feelings aren't facts. And then a big strong arm. I love it. Yeah, feelings are not facts. And again, if you have anyone, hey guys, great to see you. Instagram is finally showing up and in the house. We have Tony from our nation's capital in Washington, D.C. And we have Sarah from North Dakota. Good to see you. Okay. And I love that you guys are here, and it means the world to me. And we're gonna break this down a little. I am all about, I'm not going to have 17 points. We're going to talk about 2 or 3 words, and then we're going to apply them. So hang on. And this is camera rich. And what do I mean by that? Take a screenshot. And I have a big announcement at the end, so hang tight. Okay. And I'm not announcing this until tomorrow because you guys are here. You get to hear it. And this does multiple views. I don't know. Have you guys run into that? It's like it's got vertical and landscape and portrait on the same thing. And it's funny because I'm going, okay, where's my first slide? And again, if you're just joining us, please let us know in the chat where you're chiming in from. There we go. Here's our first slide. That's the word moe. I see you. You are safe here. Moe. I see you. You are safe here. So that's a Japanese word, moe. It's an encompassing word. It means multiple things. That's why I say, I see you. You're safe here. Recent studies have come out, very, very solid studies, peer-reviewed, double-blind, all that. And they're saying that when a woman feels safe in a relationship, she will move heaven and earth for the person she loves. That emotional safety or financial safety, security is more important than attraction, apparently. And I love that moe is so encompassing. Now, we're going to do the ASL, American Sign Language word for safe. And you can think baseball. Take your fist, go across your chest, and go like that. Safe. Safe. You are safe here. Because this journal has 10 pages after that lesson where you can write the vision and make it plain. This is not for you. I mean, anyone else but you and higher power. Okay. So remember, you are called. It doesn't mean your spouse or your sister or your mother or your brother or anybody else is called to walk in purpose and champion this calling. Hey guys, if you're just joining us, hey, good to see you. Please let us know in the chat where you're chiming in from. First thing we want to do from our lesson is observe. And we observe to notice and gather information. When I see something happening, especially with my son's care, I want to fix. And I want to do it now. Hear me, warriors. That's worth repeating. I want to fix. I want it now. I want to make things better for him and give him an opportunity to thrive instead of being stuck in a public classroom doing the same coloring sheet in the corner for the third time in a week. When I started asking for reports when he was in a brick and mortar, you should have seen them sweat like bullets because they actually had to teach him then. And there's a reason we're 50th in education. That's another episode. What I've learned is now that we're doing charter school, we find people that are that 1%. It is a passion, it is a calling, and they go the extra 10 miles for their students. And I love that my son feels safe there. Now, safe can be physical harm, obviously. That's kind of women, especially we walk out with our keys in our hands so we can, punch someone and get to our car real quick. But let's talk about emotional safety. Sometimes it's scary to write this stuff down because if it's in here and I get it on the paper, then it's real. And sometimes the thoughts are not very happy because I have never known such complete helplessness and hopelessness as I have on the Warrior Mom journey. And I'm not asking you to do anything I have not done in the last 15 plus years. What is this trying to teach me? And why do I want to change it so bad? And when I can identify the emotion, hear me, warriors, when I can observe, gather that info, and identify the emotion and not let the emotions drive. Purpose drives. Emotion sits in the back and be quiet. We can recognize the emotion and then we can say, what's that trying to teach me? Emotions are education. Why is this triggering me? Why do I want to fix this so bad? Why does this make me so uncomfortable? And we can ask those questions so that we know, hey guys, oh, great. Good to see you guys. We have Tulsa in the house. We have another Georgia in the house. And we also have California in the house. Great to see you. And if anybody's in Western Oklahoma and East or Western Texas, prayers up. Lots of wildfires going on right now. And we're here to say silence is power. Hear me, warriors. This is so counter to this is so opposite of our culture. Silence is power. Not every invitation to a conflict requires our participation. Hear me, warriors. Not every invitation to a conflict requires our participation. You are called to walk in purpose and champion your calling. Chaos doesn't drive purpose, clarity does. Oh, that's good. Chaos doesn't drive purpose, clarity. And we can't get clarity if we're not sitting with it. Be still and know. All right, so I can get really going here. And then feelings are not facts. Please feel free to take screenshots. And feelings and emotions, I'm gonna use those interchangeably. Feelings and emotions are indicators, they're educators. Why is this triggering me? Why am I wanting to change how this situation is? No, we're staying in our own lane and we're focusing on our part. For example, a lot of opposites attract. And then you have two people trying to parent a special needs child with no user manual. Parenting styles tend to be opposite. And that's where we go, okay, what's my part? What's the best way I can stay in my own lane and realize feelings aren't facts and I can give him the best life he's called to have? I can, first of all, model that. And when I want to clap back or be, snippy to someone else, I want, pause. It's okay. There's power in that pause. My word for the year is Selah. And it's pause and meditate on what do I really want? What do I want my life to look like in 90, 60, 120 days? Do I want to be derailed by my feelings that are not facts? Or do I want to be walking in my purpose and championing my calling? Okay, I know which one I want to do. Okay, purpose drives, emotions take a back seat. Now, this is not our culture at all. The attention culture, the content culture. Yeah. Oh yeah, the content culture. Be controversial, get attention at all costs. Your follows for follows, likes for likes. This is not about substance or purpose. We're getting distracted by that urgency to post and outdo everyone else and be more outrageous. And to know that, we are validated by all those likes or all that attention. And that's a distraction. Hear me, warriors. I'm on social media too. It's a distraction. That's why I'm very intentional about the posts that I do. I'm very intentional about the schedule I keep on those posts because I can't be the warrior mom in real life and be on social media 10 hours a day. And neither can you. It's a distraction from our purpose. And your purpose, you are called for such a time as this. Hey guys, great to see you. It's wonderful. Oh yeah, pause and meditate it. Yeah, it's really important that we're not getting distracted because this entire world is about distraction, and distraction is the death of our dreams. Okay, so just quick review. Mo-A, we're going to be safe. This is our word. Like this, safe, just like baseball, safe. I can't do the whole thing because I don't have room, but safe. Because of these amazing teachers that we have, my son is finally, just in the last 6 or 8 months, friends, and he wants to hang out with peers, parallel play, and all these things. And we're saying, okay, we want safe friends. And that's we're learning to have safe friends. We need to become safe friends, to be an influencer authentically, to be a world changer, to be the one they talk about 100 years from now because of the influence we have for good. That's going to require us modeling that to be a safe place for our family, for our friends, for our clients. And I don't have all the answers. What I do know is I've learned much like Joyce Myers, I've learned all of these the hard way. I've learned how not to do that. And it's really interesting because I'm dialed in more than I ever have been. I have some really big goals this year, and we have some big announcements coming, and I want you guys to be part of that. Hey, great to see you guys. Oh, yes, safe friends. Yeah, consistency is key. Absolutely. Oh, hey guys, great to see you. Yes, yeah. We have Rhode Island and New Hampshire in the house. I love that we have people from all walks of life. And again, you are called. You don't have to feel called to be called. Oh, warriors. That'll preach. You don't have to feel called to be called. We just enough light for the step I'm on. Next step after next step, we're going to habit stack and get 1% better every single day. Now, do we take a day off? Yes. And when we have everything hits the fan, my son got artificial color or somebody gave him something he's allergic to, or we missed a medicine dose. I mean, this is mood stabilizing medication. We've tried everything. This is the only thing that's worked, and we do not miss. We do not miss. And when we do, all hell breaks loose. And I want you to know, just because we're natural most of the time doesn't mean we can't get help from Western medicine. We try to detox, because if we just keep medicating a body that's full of heavy metals and toxins, nothing's going to really work long term. And that's what our goal is. We want to equip our children to become the best version of themselves. Okay, so if feelings aren't facts, then we're going to move right on. Oh, sorry, just ignore that. We're going to stay in our own lane. Now, I love this. I had a mentor one time that said, why are you so focused on everything everyone else is not doing to make your life easier? What if you stayed in your lane and you just cleaned up your lane? You stay in your lane and say, okay, what's my part? Well, my part is, yeah, I do have an educational background. I have a master's in business. Let me take some of the load off and take on the financial part of our family's journey. Okay, then I can do X, Y, and Z, and I can model that for my son. And I can hire him to work for me, so he's not working for someone that might abuse his nonverbal status. What's my part? We're going to stay in our own lane. We're going to focus on our own journey. Now, this is not, I'm not saying do as I say and not as I do. No. This is every single day. The other day I had a really early Zoom. It's the only time we could work it in. And I had to be camera ready at 7 a.m. I woke up 2 minutes before my alarm at 5:25 because I was waking up with purpose. Now, if you knew me back in the day before becoming a mom, I was the least likely candidate to be a morning person ever. I had been a night owl my whole life. But because I'm walking in purpose and championing that calling, because I'm doing best-selling work, heart work, I'm reaching out to people. I'm encouraging moms on their journey while I feel like I'm losing part of myself. This is all about being stronger together and practicing what we preach. If I tell you to do one thing and then I don't do it, that's not authentic leadership. And that's not what we're about here. So, hey guys, we have so many comments. Equip your children to become the best version of themselves. Woo! Yeah. If you're on the live, put an L. If you're on the replay, put an R in the comments. And if you, again, I'm going to circle back. Moe, I see you. You're safe here. Think of that one thing you always said you were going to do. When we're growing up and the world hasn't knocked us down yet, and we always say, this is my big dream. And I want you to focus on that one thing. And for the next 24 hours, let's lock arms. And I want you to write down everything you observe. It could be something as simple as, oh my gosh, they left dishes and food in the sink again, and everyone's asleep. No one started the dishwasher. I mean, that kind of stuff becomes really high priority when we have a special needs child and things need to operate in a systematic way. I'm not joking, you guys. He comes in the kitchen every morning and he has to turn every spice bottle exactly the same way. And then he has his own rhythm and his own system in the morning. And we're really working on doing this big digital calendar and doing a reward system. And we're also learning the communication device. And he is loving it when someone else is teaching him and not me. Yeah. So we're talking about being safe, emotional safety. Physical safety is a given. So if you feel like you're in an unsafe environment, please reach out to someone who can help. Now, it has not always been safe before we found this medication. And I want you guys to know what prompted me to unzip my heart and talk about this a little bit We've had several families take the entire family's lives because the government cut off their supplemental income, their stipend for their special needs child. Get your tribe and love them hard. Have that shoulder to lean on. Have those people you can, and we want to be that for you, because I know that together we're stronger. It is not the answer to, take the pet's life and the kid's life and your life and leave a note on the front door for them to call the authorities because a simple stipend was denied. Everything's negotiable. Now, I'm not judging them. I haven't walked their shoes. I want you to know I have a hope that surpasses all human comprehension. And that leads me to peace. Peace is our other personal peace. Are you going to let some idiot on social media, one comment out of 500 that's hateful, derail your whole day? No, it's a distraction. You're being tested. And I really had a great advocate when I started this journey on social media. And they're like, hey, it's one comment out of 500. They're just an idiot. Don't pay attention to that. Delete and ignore. Delete and ignore. Because you know what? When you decide to step into that purpose and champion your calling, it's going to hit the fan because you will be tested. How bad do you want it? How seriously are you called? And I love that this book right here. And here's the other one. I showed it earlier. This is a love story. It's really a treasure hunt. Indiana Jones meets Laura Croft. So if you don't like mystery, intrigue, and suspense, this is probably not the book for you. And that is The Major and the Musician. And this is The Companion. And it's the Warrior Mom Journal. The lights are a little glary. You can see it right there. And both of those hit bestseller in the last few months. And I want you to know we're digging deep in the next few months on these exact lessons. And I haven't announced this yet. This releases tomorrow. So get your screenshots ready. Here we go. I have a masterclass coming up on March 10th. And it's the identity shift for moms. Is the sun setting on your dreams? Take back your life. Now, I want you guys to know, I don't have all the answers, but I do know what it's like to absolutely get in alignment and really dial in to help the people I'm called to help, to make a difference where I can, even when I have those days where I'm like, hey guys, caregiver burnout is real. I don't know how much longer I can do this. And that's when I back up, shut up, pray up, and I focus on my own lane, stay in my own lane, and I realize feelings aren't facts. Purpose drives. The emotions sit in the back, and they're teachers. And we're here to observe for the next 24 hours. Write down everything you see that you wish was different. Now, that may not look the same for me as a warrior mom, basically being the 80% of his education and life experience, as it is for someone launching their first business who's an empty nester. It all works. It all belongs. Write down everything. Observe for the next 24 hours, every single thing you would like to change, almost like you're watching a movie. Get some popcorn. And I want you, munch on that wonderful organic buttered popcorn. And I want you to go, oh yeah, I don't like that. I'm going to write that down. And then let's just sit with it. We're observing. We're here to gather information. Why don't I like it? What's it triggering? How can I let purpose drive instead of these emotions I'm feeling? And hey guys, thank you. Karen, great to see you from Washington. And Amanda from Oklahoma says, count me in masterclass. Hey guys, just drop a warrior in the comments and we'll get that link to you. The official post happens tomorrow. And we are going to dive deep. It's a little bit of a book club. And when you join the masterclass, we will talk about how you get the book for just paying for shipping. And that's a promo to our Warrior Nation tribe. Guys, I'm so glad you're here. I see you. You're safe here. And remember, safe. And then peace. I forgot to show you peace. You're washing your hands of it. I love that. You just peace. Bless and release. Peace. I love that. I'm Bren Harris, the Warrior Mom. with the Warrior Nation, your source for truth, transparency, and trust. Warriors, unite.